Good morning, everybody. What's going on? What's happening? It is, what time is it? It is 10:41 a.m. here in Florida. What time it is? What time it is? What time is it where you're at? I'm tired, man. I'm tired. So you guys are going to have to keep me awake for the next hour. Fair enough? Cool. How are you all doing? I was on the day, what is it? The Disney Expo or whatever it's called, D23. What's it called? That convention that they have or whatever. I was working that day and I really didn't get a chance to kind of follow it. So I'm sure there's obviously that there was an Andor trailer, Mandalorian Season 3 trailer, Tales of the Jedi trailer. Was there anything else? I watched all three of those. I'm sure there's things that I missed. But, yeah. Help me stay awake. I got my coffee here. I just got back from a 4.5 mile run. I'm ready to rock and roll. But I need your assistance, man. I need your assistance. Red Mouse, thank you so much for the first super chat and channel support of the stream. Something seems Grunberg. Red Mouse says, I'm looking forward to seeing Coruscant again in Andor, but I'm even more looking forward to Ahsoka. Give me all the fan service. There's no question in my mind, Red Mouse, that I would be willing to bet that most Star Wars fans of a certain generation, and I don't know where you fall in the generational timeline, but I'm guessing that most Star Wars fans are more excited for Ahsoka than anything, right? I'd be willing to bet that is the case. For me, I think, honestly, the one that I'm most excited for that we know more about now is Andor. We've had some fun trailers, but yeah. I'm excited to see Coruscant. I'm excited to see where the show goes. I'm excited to see the heavy hand of the Empire. I'm excited to see this ragtag bunch, of misfits and rebels come together. But yeah, Red Mouse, definitely a prequel child. There you go, Red Mouse. Yeah, I can see one a mile away and it's all good. But yeah, I'm excited for Ahsoka too. On the list of projects that have been announced, like, you know, Ahsoka, Lando, the Acolyte, Andor, Kenobi's already out. What else? What else is there? Boba Fett's already out. Oh, you know what's funny? In my latest video, I mentioned, like, all the things that we've gotten so far under the banner of Disney, like movies and but then I remember I said, and we've had 2 live action shows. I completely forgot about the Book of Boba Fett. I should have been, and we've had 3 live action shows so far. That's funny. Anyway, Red Mouse, I appreciate that, man. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I'm excited to find out more about the Ahsoka show. I'm not, I mean, you know me, I'm not a big fan service guy, but hey, it is what it is. It'll be fun. I've come to the kind of the realization that I'm along for the ride, and I just want to, you know, there's going to be things that I don't like. There's things that I'm going to like. There's things that I'm going to love and hate even. But, you know, that's the way it's always been in Star Wars, and all we can do is watch it and go, I like that. I didn't like that, you know. It's just how it is. Anyway, thank you for the support, Mr. Red Mouse. Skeleton. Oh, hell yeah, Skeleton Crew. I'm super excited for Skeleton Crew. I forgot about Skeleton Crew, Red Mouse. I hope it's just a really fun, adventurous show with some kids and their Jude Law father figure. I forgot about that show. Yeah, I'm really excited for that. I can't wait to find out more. I never even finished the first season of Bad Batch Indiana Jones. Not because I didn't want to, just because restriction of time, and I need to go back and watch it at some point. Oh, man. Long night. Early morning. Long run. Your boy's sleepy, ladies and gentlemen. Path selected. Good to see ya. Hope you are doing well. Path Selected says, prequel kid here as well, but most hype for Andor is finally something kind of different, and that's what I've been wanting with Star Wars. Yeah, me as well. The vibes that I get with the trailers and that teaser that they released a little while ago. One sec.
Saw Harrison talking it up on stage and getting emotional about it, and it got to me. Raid is my favorite movie, and I hope to see a good indie movie again. Hope they end it off well.
Hell yeah. Vince, thank you so much for the generous super chat and channel support this morning. Give me one sec. Good to see you. Sorry, I'm typing something. There you go. Yeah, Path Select. You know, the teaser and the trailer actually kind of gave me like Game of Thrones vibes for whatever reason. Did anybody else get that from the Andor teaser and the trailer? I hope, I'm really hopeful that it's not all, like, I hope it's different, you know, I hope it's different enough, because I don't know how you guys feel, but a lot of modern Star Wars with the shows and everything, kind of feeling a little formulaic, even the animated stuff, it's feeling a little formulaic, and yeah, I mean, it's still fun, but it's not different enough for me. I want a wide variety of types of shows and stories and characters and stuff, and I'm really hoping Andor kind of, you know, just like you said, is different enough to kind of set itself apart in the grand macro view of Star Wars, you know. But yeah, I would say as of right now, with all the projects that have been announced, and it's probably just because it's on the horizon, you know, it's really close to being released. Only like a week away, right? I would say that is a huge factor as to why it is my most anticipated show, just because it's so close to being released and it's all I can really think about, you know, in terms of like Star Wars projects that are coming out. Is that a cop-out? Oh, the project that I'm most excited for is the one that's coming out next. Yeah, I guess that's kind of lame, but it's true. Anyway, I appreciate that, Path. Hope you're doing well, man. Mr. Vince, good to see you. Hope you are doing well. Vince says, Indiana Jones, man. Saw Harrison talking up on stage and getting emotional about it, and it got to me. Raiders, my favorite movie, and I hope to see a good indie movie again. Hope they end it off well. Yeah, this is his last one, right? That's what he said on stage, I believe. What did he say? I'm not going to get hit in the face again for you people, or something like that. So he had a little jokey joke that he said. Yeah, I'm extremely excited for that movie. I don't know what to expect. You know, Crystal Skull, I mean, I think the majority opinion is that it kind of left a bad taste in our mouths. I have not seen it since it first came out. I remember liking a decent amount of it, like the first half or so. I thought, what's his name? Shia LaBeouf was fun in the role in the movie. I thought his character of Mutt? Mutt? Is that his name? No. Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull. Is it, what is his name? It is Mutt. Okay. I liked his character, man. I thought he did a good job. I thought he was fun in the role. But yeah, the movie, meh. You know, I'd not a fan, unfortunately. But I really hope this new one has that same. I don't even know what makes Indiana Jones fun. It's adventurous. It's I don't want to say heroic, but it's just like. I don't really know. It's adventurous, and it's beat 'em up, and it pulls no punches, and I hope and Indiana Jones just, I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. I hope it just brings it back to what made the original 3. And Temple of Doom is, man, it might be my favorite one, honestly. Temple of Doom is the one that I watched the most of as a kid, I would say. It was like always, back in the day, we had like a giant ass GMC van. It was a big ass green van with sliding doors, and it had a pull down screen, like a little pull down TV, and a VCR in the console, and we would watch Temple of Doom all the time on VHS, on road trips and stuff like that. And for whatever reason, that's the one that I watched the most. And yeah, I love the opening. It's what I think it might be my favorite Indiana Jones opening of all time. Da 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 da. Anything goes. It's fun, man. Anyway, Vince, we'll definitely talk about it when it comes out. I'm super excited, and me and my buddy works from home. He just had a kid, so his life is going to change. But recently, we've been going to see movies on my off days from time to time. We wanted to make it a tradition. Again, he just had a kid, so we'll have to put that on hold for a little bit. Understandably so, right? But maybe when that comes out, we'll go see an early showing. It's a good time, man. I like it. The last couple times, like, we go to a brewery, we get some lunch, we have some beers, so we go see a movie, then we go to a brewery and have some beers, and it's fun, man. Love that dude. Anyway, I appreciate it. Wayfez and Amanda Rosenblatt, good to see you both. Wayfez says, just followed Greg Grunberg. How is the data now? It's hilarious, man. Wayfez, I don't know if any of you people watching my live stream right now have ever made it long enough through one of my goofy videos to get to the Greg Grunberg parts. I did it with my most recent video, and I did it with the Ultimate Guide to Star Wars video. But at a certain point in the video, it's all bullshit. These videos are just goofy nonsense, and I love making that kind of stuff. But at a certain point in the video, I start talking about how Greg Grunberg's Twitter following is obviously bullshit. I don't know how I stumbled across this. I was just like looking at his Twitter one day, and I was like, wait, what? Because Greg Grunberg, for those of you who have not watched that video, or got to that point in the video, because why would you? It's just a bunch of gibberish, right? Greg Grunberg has 1.2 million Twitter followers, but like his tweets rarely get, I would say, more than 20, 30, 40 likes. It's weird. And I looked up his Social Blade. I pulled up I wasted so much time pulling up Social Blade data and like comparing month to month. In the past 5 or 6 years, every single month he's lost there has not been a single positive Twitter gain for Greg Grunberg in like 6 years, other than 1 month. It was October of 2018. He gained 30,000 followers on Twitter. And then November, the following month, he lost 30,000 subscribers, almost as if Twitter was purging bots. So like, I don't know if way back in the day when Twitter was first launched, he bought a bunch of fake followers or something like that. But there's no way that somebody with 1.2 million Twitter followers only gets 6 replies when he asks people to tell him like what they like about Sundays. Like it's weird, man. I might make a goofy video just about that, just because it's such a funny, silly topic to me. I don't know why. I love making dumb, nonsensical videos, and that is just the perfect dumb, nonsensical topic to like. It's a fun rabbit hole to go down. Anyway, thanks for indulging me. Something seems Grunberg. It would be hilarious if you saw it. Like, no ill will. He seems like a super nice guy, and he supports a bunch of great causes. but I just think it's really funny. Something seems Grunberg. Anyway, I appreciate that, Wayfest. And Amanda Rosenblatt, thank you so much as well. Amanda says, would you ever collaborate with Dolores, Imperial HR? I'm not familiar. Let me look this up. Imperial HR. Dolores from Imperial HR answers... Wait, what is this? Let's see. Sunflower Stardust. Oh, this is cool. Amanda, I've never heard of this channel. So it looks like, I'm assuming her name is Dolores. It looks like she puts on like Imperial. I'm gonna link her channel. Let me make sure I get the right link here. I just posted a link to her channel in the chat. She walked around Star Wars Celebration dressed up as an Imperial officer, issuing citations to people at Star Wars Celebration. Oh, this is funny, man. What a cool idea. What a great idea. Imperial HR, Imperial Human Resources. Assigns TIE pilots to Endor. That's a good bit. I'm gonna have to watch these with the audio on. But that's a funny bit. She's dressed up like an Imperial officer, and she's like doing, like, it almost seems like day-to-day tasks that somebody in like the Empire's Human Resources department would do. That's great. I appreciate you sharing this. Collaborations, I've never... it's been so long that since I've done any kind of collaboration with another channel or anybody. I would never say never, but I don't really have much time. Oh, I just remembered something. I was supposed to send something over to Scotty from Bombadcast for his Podathon thing. I completely forgot to make that video for him. See, that's why I suck at doing collaborations, because my schedule is so wonky and crazy with you know, the fire department, that some days, like, for example, I'll be planning on making a video or streaming or doing something, and then, you know, once in a blue moon, I'll get what's called mandatory overtime, where they can't get another firefighter to fill a slot. So, you know, I'm first on the list, and boom, I have mandatory overtime. So I have to work the day that I was planning on doing something. It sucks. It doesn't happen frequently, but it happens. And, you know, things like that just kind of interrupt any kind of plans, especially, you know, channel plans that I might want to accomplish. But I would never say never, but it's been a very long time since I have done a collaboration. But yeah, it looks like she has a great, fun channel. What a great little bit. What a great little idea. That's cool. I'm definitely gonna check it out. I appreciate you sharing that, Amanda. And everybody in the chat, go check it out. I posted a link to it in the chat. Caleb Diaz, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Caleb says, for me, it's still the Acolyte. Love the High Republic era and following a dark side perspective. Also, the Rian Johnson trilogy. Can't wait to see what he crafts. Cheers. Yeah, when I pull back macro level and think about the future of, like, Star Wars projects, like, far off on the horizon, the Acolyte is still the one that I'm most excited for. Mainly because it's, at least at the moment, it's the one we know the least about, you know? And it intrigues me the most about what it possibly could be. I really hope, and I don't know if there's been anything announced. So, one sec.
Because of the overall mystery surrounding the
there you go.
Its exploration of Darkseid/Sith lore, and the fact that it's set well outside the Clone Wars, Galactic Empire, New Republic, and sequel eras.
There you go, Caleb and Darth Nicholas. We're all talking about the same thing here. Give me one sec, Darth. Yeah, I'm right there with you, Nicholas. Like, for me, and this goes to Caleb too, the Acolyte intrigues me for many reasons. One of them being it doesn't have a character's name in the title. You know, every show that we've gotten so far, plus Skeleton Crew, right? Skeleton Crew is different as well, but like Ahsoka, Andor, Boba Fett, Kenobi, Lando. There's so many shows just about a character that we're already familiar with. And then you have the Acolyte, which we don't know anything about. We know when it takes place, kinda. We know, I guess, dark side perspective and all that kind of stuff. And we don't know any characters in it. And I hope that it stays that way. I hope there aren't any familiar characters in it. You know, I want new stuff. So that's the reason that macro level, long-term level, I'm most excited for Andor. The Acolyte, rather. Because, you know, the possibilities of just what it can be. And I hope it's different, you know? I hope it's very different than what's come before. But, anyway. I appreciate that, Mr. Caleb. Hope you're doing well. And the Muddler, thank you so much as well for the super chat and channel support this afternoon. The Muddler says the KOTOR fan series by Unreal Cinema looks so cool. I hope they can pull it off. Let me look this up. Somebody mentioned, was that you, Muddler? Somebody mentioned it not too long ago. Unreal Cinema. Might have been you. KOTOR Episode 1, The Spire, teaser trailer. Unreal Cinema. Has about 1 million views, this teaser trailer that was released a month ago. So, is this made... Obviously, I don't think it's not made in the game engine, but yeah, this is impressive. Wow, that is impressive. I love this kind of stuff, man. I need to be a little more involved in seeking this kind of stuff out, but I love it when you guys share this. Like, these fan projects where people pour their heart and soul into making something. This is the animation. This is super impressive. I'll post a link to the teaser. Tell them HelloGreedo sent you. A link is for the teaser is in the chat. But yeah, I'm gonna watch that with the audio on after this stream. Nice. Yeah, KOTOR, I owned KOTOR 1 and KOTOR 2 back in the day when they first came out. I've said this before, but I barely played them because at that time when they were coming out, like, all I played was Counter-Strike and Ultima Online, and every game that got released during like 5, 6, 7 years of my life, I might have played for a little bit, but then I never touched again because those games just occupied so much of my gaming time. I used to host my own Counter-Strike servers and make my own maps and stuff like that, and that was my life when it came to video games for a long time. Years, man. So unfortunately, I never got around to playing a lot of games that came out around that time, just because I was boom headshot, making my own maps and all sorts of fun stuff like that, you know. But anyway, I appreciate that, Muddler. And Darth Nicholas, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support as well. Darth says, one sec. Sorry, guys. I got these goddamn emails. I'm just trying to clear. There we go. All right, done. Darth Nicholas says, most hype for the Acolyte because of the overall mystery surrounding the series. Its exploration of dark side slash Sith lore, and the fact that it's set well outside the Clone Wars, Galactic Empire, New Republic, and sequel eras. 100%. I'm with you. Just as I said before, it's the new factor that really, really draws me in. The mystery of what it's going to be, when it's going to take place, who's going to be in it, what the story is going to be all about. The potential is huge for them to make something that's really different and unique, and I hope they do. I hope they take this opportunity to tell a story about characters that we're not familiar at all with, that we've never heard of, and make a show, make a series that really gives us something fresh that's not predictable, you know. But Darth, yeah, I'm 100% with you, man. Every other show has, you know, Ahsoka, Andor, Luke Skywalker's in it, Mando, Boba Fett's in it. There's gonna be, Lando show. But the Acolyte has the opportunity to really give us something fresh. And that's what Star Wars needs. It needs new blood to get in there to make new stuff. It needs fresh ideas. It needs to not rely on the familiar. But that's just me. Anyway, Darth Nicholas, I appreciate the hell out of that generous super chat this morning. Cheers, man. Hope you're doing well. And Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much. Oscar says, currently on a Star Wars diet, but Andor piqued my non-Star Wars fan mom's interest since she recognizes Diego Luna. It was fun watching Rogue One plus OT with her. Nice. Yeah, Diego Luna's great. Let me look at his IMDb. What have I seen him in? Oh, there's a Diego Luna soccer player. Or football player. Let's see. I don't know if I've ever seen him in anything other than... Oh, he's in Narcos. Yeah, that's right. That's where I first saw him. I think. No. Rogue One came out before he was in Narcos. Okay. Yeah, he's in Narcos. I've seen him in Narcos. What else have I seen him in? Not much else. Nothing else. I don't think. Yeah, Narcos is great. Yeah. That's awesome, Oscar. Yeah, he's a great actor. And, hey, whatever brings your mom to the for you guys to sit down and watch some Star Wars. If it's noticing an actor that she likes, that's all it takes, man. Hook somebody in, right? Get them to watch a fun Star Wars thing with you, for sure. Hell yeah. A Star Wars diet's good. You're currently on a Star Wars diet, as in, like, that it's all you're consuming? That is your diet? Or you're taking a break from it, like you've been eating too many Hot Pockets? That's how I take it. It's good to take a little break from time to time. I'm telling you, man, like when I took that 4.5 or whatever month, I think it was about 4 months channel break where I didn't do anything on the channel just because I had a lot of stuff to focus on with work. It was nice. I missed doing all this kind of stuff, but it was nice to kind of do a mental reset, not pay attention to every little micro thing in the fandom or Star Wars news, and just kind of like exist and look at it from the periphery. It was a nice little break, and I think that's a healthy way to do YouTube. Yeah, that's also a healthy way to follow your favorite fandom, to follow your favorite franchises. You know, to get a little hands off from time to time, and just so you can build up that appreciation once again for it. You know, at least that's my outlook. But anyway, I appreciate that, Mr. Oscar. And Grand Adderall Thrawn, I like that username. Grand Adderall Thrawn says, I feel you, man. I'm ready for new characters. I think that's the reason Mando was such a big hit. I love the Skywalker saga, but the galaxy is so much bigger than this small bunch of characters. Yeah, we definitely see eye to eye on that, man. You're right. Mando was such a big hit for me because it did, at least the first season. The first season really did a fantastic job of giving us new stuff, new characters, new scenarios, new stories, and it never relied on what we were familiar with. And that's what I loved about it. The second season's fun, but to me, the first season takes the cake hands down because of the freshness, of the originality of it, you know. When you start throwing all sorts of damn characters that we already know into a big salad bowl. Oh, one sec.
Rian Johnson's trilogy, probably one of the most talented directors to touch the franchise. Him being able to tell a story without being chained down by the Skywalker saga would be amazing with new characters.
Alkin1, thank you so much for the ridiculously generous super chat and channel support on this Wednesday, September 14th, 2022, 11:13 a.m. I appreciate the hell out of that, man. Give me one sec. But yeah, Thrawn, I love the first season for that reason of The Mandalorian, because it didn't lean. When you start bringing all sorts of characters from all sorts of different shows and movies and stuff and putting them in a big bowl and mixing it together, to me, I'm not a fan of that kind of stuff. I mean, I guess it can be fun from time to time. I know a lot of people eat that kind of stuff up. But for me, it cheapens it. It's like a trick to me. I would rather them just focus on new stuff and not lean on, you know, seeing all these familiar characters. And yeah, they might tie into the story and stuff like that. I get it, but it doesn't need to. I mean, I don't know, man. If that's the story they want to tell, fine, good on them. But I think it cheapens it. That's why I love the first season of The Mandalorian so much more, because it does. It's new, it's fresh. I'd like them to kind of get away from telling these stories about familiar characters that we've had stories about already, and create the new. As you said, the galaxy is so much bigger than this small bunch of characters, and I could not agree more. There's so many. It's such a wide, branching, giant universe that they could play in. It's a big sandbox. And I'm sure every writer, everybody who makes a Star Wars project would love the opportunity to create fresh from ground up. And yeah, have this framework of canon to work with, sure, work within these confines, but to have the opportunity to create something from ground up, characters, stories, all that kind of stuff, would be the most exciting thing, right? Anyway, cheers, man. Dylan Compton, Caretaker Wanted, and Alkin, thank you guys so much, and I appreciate the patience. Dylan says, since Celebration, Tales of the Jedi has eclipsed everything for me. Animated stuff is my favorite, and Dooku is a severely underexplored character. I still haven't checked out the book, They turned that audiobook into an actual book, right? Didn't they? I need to read that. I'm reading right now. Speaking of books, I'm reading Andy Weir's latest book, Project Hail Mary. It's great so far. I think I'm only like 25% through it. When I'm at the fire station and I go to bed, I just read a chapter or two before I crash, and that's kind of my routine. That's what I'm reading right now. But yeah, I'm excited for it. Like, when it comes to Star Wars stuff, I don't know why. Maybe it's a generational thing. I don't know. But animated stuff, it takes a lot for me to want to watch an animated show. I had like thousands of you guys yelling at me, telling me to watch the Clone Wars for years, and I finally did it. And I really enjoyed it. But for whatever reason, animated stuff as a whole, I like, other than the Clone Wars, literally other than the Clone Wars, every other Star Wars animated show, I've watched like a couple episodes and then I never returned. Not because I didn't enjoy it, just because maybe I don't feel this obligation or this need, I guess, to watch every single episode as if it was, it's different with like The Mandalorian or a live action show. I feel like I need to watch and keep up with it like as it's releasing. But with an animated show, I don't know why. But like, I don't have that same desire, I guess. I don't know. I don't know how to explain it. But yeah, the trailer looked great. And I'll definitely check it out, and I'll probably end up watching like 2 episodes. Oh, Dylan, nice. Greedo Tales is perfect for you. Only 6 episodes, all releasing same day. Oh, I didn't realize that. Nice. Okay. I'll check that out. All right. I didn't realize it was just 6 episodes. That's my speed. Anyway, Dylan. Cheers, man. I appreciate that. When's it releasing? Is there a release date? Do we know? I haven't heard anything. Then again, I haven't really kept up with much. Unfortunately. There we go. Cool. October 26th. Nice. Sweet. Yeah, I'll give it a watch. Awesome. Caretaker and Alkin once again, thank you. Caretaker Wanted says, did you know Greg Grunberg, a.k.a. Snop Wixley, has 1.2 million Twitter followers? I did. Caretaker, I'm going to, since, like, I'm going to turn that entire Greg Grunberg bit. I wouldn't even call it is a bit, but it's fascinating to me. It's more than a bit because all the stats and everything are true, and I'm so puzzled by it. And obviously, I think back in the day, he just bought a shitload of Twitter followers. I would love to be, oh, you know what? I'm going to go back in Social Blade and see if you can go back from the start of his channel. I wonder if, like, on some random day, he instantly got 1 million followers. You know what I mean? For those of you who might not know what the hell we're talking about, in 2 of my videos, one called Ultimate Guide to Star Wars, and then my latest video, which is like, what's it called? The Ultimate Star Wars Sequel Trilogy Review or something like that. But both videos are just filled with nonsense. It's just a big bait and switch, just an opportunity for me to be dumb and goofy for a little bit. But I go into these rabbit holes of investigating Greg Grunberg's Twitter and how he has 1.2 million Twitter followers, but his tweets rarely, if ever, get like 20 or 30 or 40 likes. And you would think that, like, for example, he posted something a while ago, not that, a couple months ago, and he said, like, tell me it's Sunday morning without telling me it's Sunday morning. Like, he requested people reply and tell, you know what I mean? Like, tell me it's Sunday morning. I don't know what that means. Like, post a picture of pancakes with some coffee, right? Something like that. And only 6 people replied. Somebody with 1.2 million Twitter followers, you would think, would get a shitload of replies, right? He got 6. So, and that's just the case with his Twitter account from the jump. He'll get like 7 likes on something that you would think would get thousands of likes or hundreds of likes from somebody with 1.2 million Twitter followers. He'll get like 5 likes. So I think his Twitter follower count is kind of bullshit. And I just went down this rabbit hole and I took way too much time looking at all this shit. I put on some like lo-fi hip hop beats to relax to on playlist on Spotify or whatever. And I just looked at Greg Grunberg's Twitter account and I was like, this is funny. Anyway, cheers, caretaker. I'm going to turn that into a whole video at some point because it's fun to me. I don't know why. Like, no ill will towards the man. He's a nice guy. He seems to support a lot of good causes and stuff like that. But it's just, I don't know why. That's funny to me. Anyway. And Alkin1, thank you so much for the ridiculously generous super chat channel support this morning. Alkin says, if it's still happening, I'd say Rian Johnson's trilogy. Probably one of the most talented directors to touch the franchise. Him being able to tell a story without being chained down by the Skywalker saga would be amazing with new characters. 100%. I'm sure you kept up with some of what he said recently and what Kathleen Kennedy said recently about the future of Star Wars with Rian Johnson. Basically, it sounds like it's still happening. They just have to find some scheduling time, I suppose. Kathleen Kennedy said like Rian Johnson's super busy with Knives Out and all that stuff, and they're just trying to find the time to do it. So yeah, there's no, whenever a project gets put on hold, we usually hear about it. You usually hear like it's put on hold indefinitely or blah, 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 blah. But it sounds like they still have a working relationship and eventually it's going to come to fruition. And we need that. We need, in my opinion, someone like Rian Johnson himself, this talented guy who has really unique visions for Star Wars, really unique storytelling practices, can breathe some fresh life into a franchise that can kind of feel stagnant and at certain points, right? Sometimes you feel like you've seen these stories before. You're mulching over the same thing. The savior of a village. Like, there's so many things that we've seen before. I feel like all these familiar faces coming back over and over again. And I think Rian Johnson, as you said, having his own trilogy or whatever it's going to be, where you get a whole new cast of fresh characters, a whole new story to tell. I would love to see that. I would love to see a Rian Johnson original Star Wars flick that had no, as you said, that was not chained down by what came before. I could not agree more. And hopefully we get some news about that in the not too distant future. Because when that's announced, I think it'll be good for the franchise. Again, I don't know if you guys feel this way, but things are kind of feeling a little mulched over, a little stagnant, a little repetitive, a little predictable. And somebody like Rian Johnson, I think, has the ability to kind of, and maybe the leeway as well with Kathleen Kennedy and maybe the story group and whatever, to tell new and fresh stories that might take risks, which I think is good for the franchise, But anyway, Alkin, cheers. Thank you so much for the ridiculously generous super chat this Wednesday morning, and I hope you are doing well. When that gets announced, I'll be super excited, and then I'm just gonna turn off, not gonna look at Twitter, because everybody's gonna have a goddamn opinion, and I'm just gonna live my life. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for coming in with, what time is it? 11:25. I gotta leave pretty soon. I gotta go pick up my daughter from school. So let's see. Yeah, I'm going to say the final super chat and channel support before I go. Oscar says, I've always been curious about something. How would TLJ be received if it was the same movie, but JJ's name was in the writer-director's credit? Oh, I don't, man, I really don't know. I would suspect that it doesn't have anything to, the reception didn't have anything to do with the director. It didn't have anything to do with the man, you know, Rian Johnson. I would suspect that it would have the same reception. I know people people didn't like Luke Skywalker in the movie. People didn't like a lot of certain things. They think it, I don't know, some of the things that I loved, a lot of people didn't seem to like about the movie. And I think that you would have the same complaints even if it was a different director, even someone like J.J. Abrams at the helm for that movie, even if it was the same exact movie that we got. Does that make sense? At least that's yeah. Yeah. I also think that, like, now I think Rian Johnson, I've watched him in a ton of interviews, I'm sure, as we all have. I like him on Twitter. He's a very level-headed dude. But, like, J.J. Abrams, his Twitter presence is, like, he's tweeted, like, 3 times or something like that. Actually, let me look. And if I was at that level of fame and notoriety... Oh, he's tweeted a lot more than that. But it's professional stuff. He tells people to check out movies and whatnot. And he only tweets a couple times a year. Anyway, I think if I was on that level, and if I was making big Hollywood movies, I would have that same kind of presence. I would not be on Twitter. I would not be replying to people. And because you just kind of like, you get, it's, social media is a hellscape. And if you're always on it, you're just going to get bombarded with negativity if you're in that role, you know? Even if the majority of people are telling you good job and they like what you did, you're still just going to get bogged down with a lot of hate, negativity, and that's not healthy. That's not good. So if I was in that position, I would do what J.J. Abrams does, is have a very hands-off approach with social media. Now, Rian Johnson, he is active on Twitter. He posts more frequently, way more frequently than that. He's never done anything like, it's funny because if he responds to somebody or if he says something to somebody, there's this machine out there that, and it's not just Star Wars, it goes for anything, like news outlets or anything, but like if somebody says something that could kind of be perceived as asshole-ish, and I'm not saying he's ever done this because he hasn't, then these people will just take what he said, spin it, run it through a filter, and just come out, just feed this outrage machine where they're so offended, they're under attack, and all. They're fucking lame idiots. Being thin-skinned on the internet, being thin-skinned and having a YouTube channel gets you a lot of views and a lot of money. Because I'm embarrassed. It's embarrassing. But yeah, so like, I don't know where I'm going with this. I think I don't like, not just Rian Johnson, but a lot of people who are not in the spotlight, but maybe create things or have a big presence or I guess are famous. If I was in that role, there is no fucking way I would be on social media. There's no fucking way I would be on Twitter. You just cloud your mind with a bunch of people's bullshit. You know what I mean? I don't know I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm just mumbling and babbling. Anyway, Oscar, I appreciate that. All right, guys. I gotta go. I gotta pick up my kid from school. But this was fun. A lot of stuff on the horizon. A lot of fun Star Wars projects coming up. Yeah. Anyway. All right, guys. I got a jet. Thanks for tuning in to everybody who supported the channel through Super Chats. Cheers, man. I appreciate the hell out of it. To everybody who did not and just hung out in the chat, thanks for listening. All right, everybody. Let's go to the mall, shall we? The year is 1994. Let's say 94. There's some neon lights in the mall. Maybe we'll go get a slice of pizza. Or maybe a big cookie cake. KB Toys. FYE. Hot Topic. All right. See ya.